Good morning, y'all. Happy long run Friday. It is so early as per usual. It is 5:05 and I'm charging my phone because if you watched, I think it's already up, my week in the life training, I ended the video saying that our AC wasn't working and we had another night with it not working. We thought we could fix it on our own and just ended up not being able to fix it, so it was too late to get someone out here. So I did not sleep great. Not one, sleeping with the AC out, I was able to manage it, but last night I'm overheating, and all that to say my phone could not cool down, so my phone is super hot. So I'm trying to charge it before I head out because it dies so fast just because it's an older phone. But anyways, my phone's overheating. I'm overheating, but it's still gonna be a great run. But if you're new here, I'm so happy you're here. I'm Molly. I am 2 months out from training for the Twin Cities Marathon. I'm training for speed for the first time ever. It's been a journey. I'm trying my hardest to get faster. So putting in the work, and I thought it'd be fun just to bring you all along for a day in my life and kind of chat about how I fit marathon training into my life versus fitting my life into marathon training. And I'm very passionate about this topic because I'm super passionate about the other hobbies that I have outside of running. Running is definitely a hobby, but there are a lot of other things that I love equally or even more. There are relationships in my life that are super important to me that I continue to prioritize in the midst of training. So right now I'm running around low 30-mile weeks. Like I said, I'm 2 months out from the race, so that will pick up, and I'll probably end up around the 40-mile range. So I'm not running super high mileage. I know there are people who are running 60, 70, 80-mile weeks, and I have done that before when training for ultras, and also have tips to share there. But yeah, just thought it could be helpful for me to kind of chat about how I make time for the things I love in the midst of marathon training. I also think online it can be a little deceiving because a lot of running creators, their full-time job is running and doing content creation, and so they have the flexibility to not wake up super early to get their runs in before work like I need to do. And I don't know, it's just hard to see the full balance of things in short form content. I definitely have some flexibility within my work because I'm a full-time freelancer. I have mentioned the whole spiel on here that I do not need to get into, but for the most part I try to structure my days in the same way all of my clients do, which is a traditional 9 to 5. I definitely have the flexibility to go and grab coffee with friends that bleeds into my morning, or go to lunch in the middle of the day. I'm not in an office, so I don't have a commute, so those things definitely help me to have a little bit more flexibility and just more time with my morning routine. But overall I would say I'm sticking to a pretty normal schedule and trying to be sitting down to work on some days by 8:30, but at the latest really around 9:15, 9:30. I'm gonna keep eating my Pop-Tart, probably grab an ice pack to cool down. Get ready and we can keep chatting. Going for an all pink fit today. I'm very ready to get in the car and have some air conditioning, but I'm bringing just the usual fenders that I have had for fuel lately. So I've got these Scratch Sour Cherry Energy Chews. They've got a little bit of caffeine, so I'll actually probably start with these. And then I've got the Peanut Butter Strawberry Honey Stinger. I have not tried this flavor. I'm very excited to try it. Then I've got, however you say this brand, I should know how to say it because it's one of my favorites. I've got those. And then I actually do have something new that I'm going to be trying. Where did it go? But this brand Solely, I've never heard of them before, but they sent me a bunch of their dried fruit. It's just organic fruit jerky. Literally the only ingredients are mango and passion fruit. And Dom and I tried some of them yesterday. They have a bunch of different flavors like mango and blueberry, mango and pineapple. And it was so good. And when I was messaging them, they were like, we love eating these along our runs. And I'm like, that is such a great idea. Because it's got 17 grams of carbs. So I feel like it'll be perfect, but I think I'm going to bring in the mango passion fruit. They have a couple other ones. Like I said, they have just mango and whatnot, but very good. I'm very excited to try fueling with this. Okay, I just got to the trail. I'm about like 15 minutes behind what I was hoping to be, so we're gonna keep this short, but obviously if y'all follow me or watch any of my videos, you know that I am a morning runner. I rarely, if ever, do my runs in the evening. One, especially now with it just being so hot in Texas, really the only way to like get through the heat is to do it early in the morning, and even still, like, it's so hot out there, although honestly it feels better out there than it does inside our house, which is crazy. But I'll get them done in the mornings, and I am very lucky and grateful to have a spouse and a husband who 100% supports me and wants me to be safe. And so if I need to do a run like very early because I have a crazy day, or, you know, we're traveling or whatever, he will always come with me. A lot of my ultra training videos from last year, he would always do my long runs with me just because they were longer and I needed to get to work. And so we would start at like 5 a.m. and he'd be out there with me. Since it's 6:15, I don't need him out here. It is still a little bit dark, but there are a lot of people out here in Austin at this time, so I feel good about going. But I just think one of the things that helps me fit marathon training in it to my life and still be able to prioritize everything else is just having my schedule of getting up, getting it done before work, and getting out there as early as I possibly can while still feeling safe. I also carry, I need new pepper spray, but I carry like a little, kind of like a handheld like knife thing as well. It's from the company Go Guarded. I can put the link below, but I carry that and it helps me to feel safe as well. But again, like in Austin, especially in the popular spots of the trail, there are always runners out there. Obviously you can see how many cars are going by with the way these lights are going crazy right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and warm up and get to it. I'm like so hungry. I just took my Scratch little gummies, but I think I'm gonna take the gel too because I'm feeling so tired. So I'm gonna try that and see if it helps any. I feel like absolute crap, and I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. The only reason I can think is because of the AC situation. I just didn't get a lot of sleep, didn't get good sleep. I have been like overheating for like over a day now just because it was broken for almost 2 days now. So I think that's why I'm just trying to slow down my pace a little and kind of try to ease into the run a little bit more. I was just walking for a bit. Ooh, free little library. So yeah, hopefully slowing down helps a little bit. I'm eating this dried fruit bar or fruit jerky. It is so good. We'll see if it sits well with my stomach, but super easy to get down and it tastes so good. 8 miles in, I feel so much better. The run has gotten so enjoyable. So definitely think it was like an AC / probably not eating enough yesterday. Always a good reminder, but I'm gonna try this Honey Stinger PB&J waffle. I think I prefer an actual PB&J, like the Smuckers, and still just love the caramel and the cookies and cream waffles. I don't think anything can beat those. I'm almost at mile 10. It is toasty out here, and my last 2 miles do not have much shade.
I got from the library that are newer that I could add as well. It's giving this straight hands. We're gonna put in there with these tasks, and I'm gonna keep reading.
Damon's outside with the AC person. Fingers crossed, y'all, that it is nothing too dramatic that's gonna cost a lot and that it can be fixed very soon. I'm sweating. I don't know, you probably can't tell, but I'm absolutely sweating right now. But I decided to go ahead and make lunch, and one of my tips just for making marathon training more like manageable amongst a busy life with all the things that I've talked about, work, relationships, hobbies, and all of that, honestly, is finding easy recipes that you really like, don't take a long time, and that you want to eat, not like over and over, but you can kind of rotate through the same recipes week after week. So I keep a running log in Notion of all the recipes that we really love, and it doesn't take too much brain power to do the meal planning throughout the week. Sometimes I do get really lazy with it because I'm like, oh, I don't want to, but it's really nice just to have like a log of all the recipes that we love. And then I think almost everything that we cook is around 30-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending. We always do leftovers and usually do leftovers for lunch the next day, but I think we also might start to do more just like simple lunches and then have the leftovers for a couple more like evenings, so we don't have to cook as much in the evenings. And we ran through all of our leftovers yesterday. We didn't cook it all, so that's why I'm cooking during lunch. Usually I wouldn't cook during lunch, but yeah, I just feel like finding really easy recipes honestly makes everything so much more manageable, because I know I'm not the only one who feels like it takes so much brain power just to meal plan, meal prep, and everything. So a few of my favorite places for recipes, in case this is interesting or helpful, is my friend Taylor, One Balanced Life. She's got great meal prep advice and just recipes. I subscribe to Caroline Chambers, the $5 a month like Substack. Love it, and she's got everything organized so well. I really like Kale Junkie. That's what this recipe is right here. It's just like a pork zucchini kind of rice bowl. And also really like Jen Lueke. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. It's Lueke. All of them have such good recipes, healthy recipes, like seriously have loved everything that we have made from all of these creators. Like, that's helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and compile this bowl, and I'm sorry I'm not filming more, but I'm literally just so hot. Like, I feel like I'm doing the bare minimum today because I am so toasty. So hopefully next time we chat, I won't be sweaty. So today has really not gone as planned, and I don't want to keep harping on the AC situation because I know I talked about it a lot as well, but Dom hasn't been able to work at all today because he went to he's been going to Home Depot back and forth to get like supplies to try and do a couple different troubleshooting things that the guy here suggested we try. All that to say, or hopefully they said in the next like several hours it'll start to go down, but all that to say, I was going to talk about just how, you know, the relationships in my life are super important. My husband, my friends, my family, all of that. And really just like optimizing the time that we have together. But because Dom has been working on the freaking AC all day, he hasn't been able to work. So usually Friday night is like when we hang out. We hang out every single night, but Friday night we usually do something fun, whether it's out and do a date night or something like cozy at home. But tonight he's gonna work, so it's gonna look a little bit different than how it usually would. But I feel like throughout training, I still see my friends as often as I would. I am definitely a homebody, definitely an introvert. I have no problems saying no when like my group of friends are all hanging out and I'm just like not feeling it. So I do think like knowing yourself and knowing your energy and what sounds fun and being able to say no to the things that like don't sound fun to you is really important, just with prioritizing relationships and stuff, so you can still really give in the areas that you want to give. So usually I'll do my long runs on Friday morning, so that way Dom and I can do something Friday night, maybe stay up a little bit later than we usually would during the week because I already got the long run done. I love doing coffees in the morning with my friends before work and like after a run, and it's just easy for everyone to hang out. And I also prioritize like going on walks with friends on my rest days, and so that's a really good way to see people, as well as Wednesday night, maybe doing something with our friends, since my rest day during the week is Thursday, and so Wednesday I stay up a little bit later because I know I can sleep in a little bit more on Thursdays. I definitely think it takes a lot of intentionality and planning when you're marathon training to still make sure that you are seeing all of your friends and just, again, prioritizing the relationships that are healthy to you. It's not like it's impossible to still see your friends, and assuming all of your friends are really supportive of what you are going for and the goals that you are setting, I would imagine like most of your friends will probably be pretty flexible with what works best for your schedule. I've had friends come and like join me for parts of my runs when I was training for the ultra and everything was just really hectic. So definitely surround yourself with good people who are going to support you in your goals, but also like it is not the end all be all if you need to adjusted training run because you stay up too late with your friends, and so maybe you need to go and run at night instead of in the morning because you want to sleep a little bit more. I definitely feel like planning and flexibility are key just to make sure you can still give all the other areas in your life that you really love a lot of attention. I'm in a jacket, which can only mean one thing. Our AC is fixed. I'm so sorry if you felt like I was just being so negative and complaining. And I realized that we could have gone and slept at a friend's house. I realized I could have left and gone to work at a coffee shop. Trust me, I'm aware. But there's just something that I was holding out hope that we would fix it and could just like stay home. Obviously, we did end up fixing it and it's fine. We are all good. No big expense or anything like that. But I feel like some of y'all are probably like, why didn't you just leave? But I don't know. Apparently all my brain cells left. But anyways, I hope this video was helpful. I definitely had some other plans for this video and, you know, just wanting to talk about how marathon training really just adds to my life. I do not feel like it takes away in any way. Yes, it requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of intentionality and discipline, but truly I feel like I am thriving when I am consistent in my running and consistent with training. I just feel like it really pushes me to be a lot more intentional with how I'm spending my time outside of the training, more intentional with my husband, more intentional with my friends, and really all areas of my life. Like I mentioned, there are so many things I love outside of running, and I'm just grateful that I have the time and the ability to really prioritize all of them in this season. I know that it is a luxury. You know, I didn't mention like we don't have kids, like it's just me and Dom. We don't even have a dog or anything. So truly, I feel like this is like the most time that I will probably ever have for a very long time, and I just like want to soak it all up. So with that, let me know if you have any questions or just like want any more advice about fitting in runs and training into your life. I hope some of the tips that I shared were helpful, or at least just encourage you to take a hard look at like where you're spending your time, maybe what you're saying yes to that you could be saying no to, that would free up some capacity or time to do something else that you really love or have been wanting to do. But yeah, I hope this was fun for you. We are back with the AC, and be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up because there are plenty more training vlogs coming your way. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.